the kingpins, if you want, for the financial sector. Christine Lagarde, for instance, very much heartily embracing the Asian Investment Infrastructure Bank, saying that there should be greater engagement there. So you talk about Bretton Woods and the fear of the unknown and sort of this dog-eat-dog world. But we're seeing the kingpins saying, let's orient ourselves towards Asia. So at what point is there a tacit acceptance that this is the way of the future? Everybody, for their own collective interest, should be looking to Asia.
Well, I think that the establishment of this Asian bank is a reaction and a response to the failure of the IMF, if you like, to focus on the East. We've seen the IMF focus on the Eurozone in this last era. And when these are countries that are very advanced economically, OECD countries, and neglecting other countries which really could do with IMF. But then we've seen the American Congress as well try and dictate terms to the IMF and to members of the IMF, including China and Japan. I mean, China is the latest victim, if you like, of US congressional arrogance. In the past, it was Japan. Japan would argue with, for example, economists in Washington, that the Washington consensus wasn't as successful as the paradigms adopted in Japan for development and for advancement. And yet for the Japanese to get their papers published by the IMF or circulated proved to be very, very difficult because the US would constantly veto that. So it was that preferentialism, if you like, of the US Congress, which is undermining the authority of the IMF and therefore leading to the establishment of a bank that's countering those failures. And that's why this new bank is absolutely right and relevant, because it is, I think, hoping to be a little more open-minded, I hope it will be, and a little less one-country-centric than the IMF is at the moment.